I'm going to be getting started on my 8x10 pre-stretched canvas with my image already laid out. And if you'd like help with the drawing process, there's a link down in the description box as well as colors and materials and also a short video on how I transfer images to my canvas. So to get started, I'm going to be on my palette with some permanent black and some raw umber to start off with my number 11 flat brush. I'm just going to go around Mr. Vader here with the background and just get a mix of these colors for right now. Okay, now I have my number 2 natural flat brush. These natural bristles are going to allow me to do some smoke effects in the background here. And now that it's dry, I can do that very well. So on my palette, I've added some permanent red, some Cad Orange, yellow medium, and some titanium white. So I'm just going to take some of this red and just load it up just a little bit. And with this, I'm just going to use a very dry brush and scrub this in. And let's get a little bit of this yellow medium to warm it up, and it shows up just a little bit more. So just here and there, I'm not going to cover everything up. I'm going to leave some of that black, but if I do end up covering up too much of the black, I can always take more black, and I can knock back some of that red. Okay, now I've added to my palette some Magenta Red. That's a little bit more vibrant than the permanent red, so I'm going to add some more of these vibrant colors along the way. So I'm going to add some yellow medium to warm that up a little bit more. And as you'll see here, it's going to show up a little bit better. And of course, the more layers that I build up, the more the effect and the vibrance of the colors will start to pop. All right, now I've got some neon orange now. And to that, I'm going to add a little bit of this yellow medium to it. And a little touch of this magenta red that gives it even more vibrance. And on top of these duller colors, this is going to act as a launch pad to pop off of that duller stuff for this more vibrant color. And again, more layers means more vibrance and more dramatic each time. Okay, getting some of that black and brown mixture. I forgot to add some of the background here in this little area, so I'll just go ahead and fill that in now with this. Okay, with a clean brush now, just going to take the neon orange now, and I'll just apply that in just some places. I just kind of want to get some of these orange fiery ball kind of things happening here and there. Okay, just very limited. Okay, now I've added to my palette some fluorescent pink here. As you see, it's very vibrant. And I'm going to go around with this now. This is going to really light this off and get some vibrance really going. So let's get some yellow medium to that. Just a touch of the magenta red. Had to think about it for a sec. Okay, so just here and there, not everywhere. I'm going to get a lot of that closer to the lightsaber here where, of course, more light is emitting and it's going to show a brighter glow happening. And it's going to have more of a glow effect in that way. Okay, so picking up some more of that, and now I want to add a little of neon orange into it, and now just a touch of that yellow medium to it. So just kind of mixing these colors up, and again, if there's something I don't like, I can take a value and knock it back, cover it over, whatever I want to do. And again, just here and there, but not everywhere, letting those other colors play along. Okay, after throwing some vibrant colors around, let's get some yellow medium now, a little touch of titanium white, and it has just a little bit of those vibrant colors left. And with this value, let's just go in some places with this. Okay, going back to that fluorescent pink now, just a little white into that, and right around the lightsaber here, I'm going to go a little bit brighter with this. Okay, and no cleaning, just taking some more of that fluorescent pink for some more saturation without the titanium white in it. And as you can see, the color's a lot more saturated here and more vibrant, so let's just put that here and there, and also right in here as well. Now I've got my number 3 nylon round brush here, and I'm going to go into that fluorescent pink, some of that neon orange, and a little of that yellow medium to it. And I'm going to pull and turn it. As I pull it, it brings it to a nice sharp tip, and with that I can get more specific and in some more detailed areas. Okay, now I'm switching to my 3/4 angle brush. It's got a nice tip and edge. It's going to give me very precise control, and I'm going to start blocking in with just titanium white on the very outside of his helmet here. So as you can see, with the very edge, it does a very nice job, and also with that tip I can get into very small areas and get these details really well. And also, I'm going to hit the direct highlight areas as well, and I just want to get some wet paint going so that I can blend into that and create a little bit of a glow as I start to build up the layers on this. Alright, with a clean angle brush now, I'm just going to go permanent black. And with this, I'm just going to start filling in all of the areas within his helmet here, and not really worried about blending too much yet with anything. I'm just going to block in for now with this. So along the way, I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap here and there just to kind of show separation where I want to put highlights later so that I don't lose everything and have it all one color and try to figure out where things are. So as you'll see, I'm going to do kind of this small little gap again right in here where there's going to be a highlight, and I'll just go to it for now. And when I go on the other side of it, it's just going to be this small teeny little part that I'm going to leave open. And again, that's just for separation so that I can keep everything intact and map everything out where it goes. And as you can see, as I go up to the line here, again, just leaving that gap there just a little bit, enough to where I know the difference between where his helmet starts and ends and where his eye begins. This way I don't lose stuff and keep everything mapped out. And as you see right here, again, not going all the way to the line because I want to leave these little bars here on his mouth, again, so that I know where those are and I can strike those with red and some highlights later. And with no cleaning, I'm just going to take a little bit of that Magenta Red, or you can take the permanent red. It really doesn't matter. I'm just looking for a darker maroon color here. So right here, I want to start blocking in the value with this. And this is to show the glow of the red fire and how the lightsaber light is reflecting that color over on the right side of his face here. Okay, and again, leaving those gaps where necessary. And no cleaning, just taking some of that fluorescent pink and magenta color together. And right here, it's going to get a little bit more vibrant, of course, as he gets towards the lightsaber side and where all of this fireball red stuff in the background is happening. Okay, with the color left on the brush, I'm going to go on this side here to show some of that light fire glow, just kind of traveling onto his left over here. And I'm going to start it up here on the helmet as well. There's going to be a very vibrant area, but this is just the start of getting some of this base color down. Okay, as I run that color out, I'm just going to take a little bit of it and go on top of some of these direct bright highlights that I put titanium white down on earlier. As you can see, it kind of gives it that light kind of maroon color here. So I'm going to need this in order to show the glow that's kind of happening in the shine. It's going to make it pop that much more and give it more of a glow and a shine this way. Okay, with that darker maroon color, you can see I'm just blending that up into that lighter stuff. Okay, so I have my beat up #2 nylon flat brush. This is great for blending and doing other kinds of stuff. So with that, I'm going to go now into some titanium white, just a little bit of that maroon color that I made. And I want to go back into these direct highlights. I kind of want to get this color going first, and I want to fade that off into the dark here. And this is going to really show some light transition and some natural ways that it looks like something is shining on his helmet instead of something on his helmet, if that makes sense. So I really want these fuzzy lines and this kind of a blend. So with that, I'm just going to lightly sort of dust the outside, and I'll go in there with titanium white later and brighten those up. But for now, I just want to get this glow and this natural light transition happening with this. Okay, so this is building dimension, and I'm also going to strike some of that light maroon here and there on some of the helmet, as you can see here. Some right there, a little bit right there, and then watch as I do this shape here. This is going to show the curvature and the three-dimensional look of his helmet as I make these little shapes with these reflections. Seeing already it's starting to bring its shine and its vibrance to life, and also the 3D look to it. So again, with that light maroon color, as you can see, just going into some places, and again, just fading the outside around those direct highlights. Okay, so now I'm going into some permanent black, a little white. I'm looking for kind of a mid-gray color, and let's get this value in on his eye right here. Okay, so I've cleaned my brush, and I'm taking just some of that magenta with a tiny bit of the fluorescent pink in there. And right here within his eye, let's get some of that fire reflection in there. And also right in here, let's go around this, and that gives a nice glow of a reflection of the lightsaber in his eye as well. Okay, going into that fluorescent pink, just a little bit of that magenta red. And right here, again, this is where I want it to be very vibrant as a reflective glow from the background on his helmet. So I'm just going to build these layers up again. As I put more layers, it's going to get more vibrant and the glow is going to get more intense. So just adding another layer. Okay, after some vibrant colors, going back to that maroon color and filling in again, blocking that color right here. Okay, after striking the vertical cage areas of his mouth, I'm just going to strike in some of that in there as well for some more glow effect. Okay, and also blocking in right here with that same maroon color. Okay, now going back into permanent black. And again, I just want to go on here and just the very outsides and just kind of dust it forward a little bit. And as you can see, it creates a little bit of dimension this way. Okay, with that same permanent black again, just going to work some of that with just a little bit of paint on the brush and just kind of blending that in. And again, that works dimension and also right here in the eye as well. Okay, also right here, and as you'll notice again, leaving a little bit of a gap to show something that's going on his face there. Okay, and then with that darker maroon, you'll see a little bit of a difference in color. Just going to block the other half in with that. Okay, so going back again, a little bit of that gray right there. Okay, and now let's get some of that raw umber and a little bit of that permanent red. And again, that changes the color just a little bit, and you'll see it creates a little dimension in the helmet here as I put a different value down. And I'm just going to bring this up and not cover that whole entire highlight up that I left open there. And as you can see, it gives it more of a 3D look when you got the values playing together like this. Okay, with a clean brush now, just titanium white, I'm just going to go and start striking some direct highlights with this. And as you can see, when I drag it forward, I'm not going to cover up all that maroon fade that I left there. I'm going to keep that for a natural light transition and also for a glow effect here as I bring this down. So I started it on the very outside where I want it the heaviest and the brightest. And as paint runs off the brush, I kind of fade it into that maroon color a little bit, and that keeps that glow and that natural light shine and all of those realistic features alive this way. Okay, with a little bit of titanium white, I'm going to put that right in here because it's going to be a lot easier to get this glow and this pop and shine of that fluorescent pink and that bright, vibrant red color if I put some titanium white down first to kind of cover up that black a little bit. And it will show up so much better this way. And so I'm just going to fade it off as I put it down. Okay, so that fluorescent pink, a little bit of that yellow medium to it to warm it up. And something about like this, and as you'll see, I'm going to go on top of this now, and it's going to show up quite well this way. Okay, so as you can see with that fluorescent pink and that little yellow medium mixture into it, this is really starting to pop and shine and really give the impression of that background really popping and glowing off of him. Okay, so going back into that maroon, that's raw umber, and that permanent red, let's hit this right here, and I'm going to bring this up. And I'm not going to cover that entire highlight up. I'm going to leave just some of it, see, just like that. Okay, with a clean brush now, going back to that fluorescent pink and a little bit of that magenta into it, and again, just building up more layers with this. Okay, with a clean brush now, I'm going to just take titanium white and strike some direct highlights. So right here, just a little bit. And this is really going to take the, what do you call it, the reflection and the shine and the glow and all that effect to a whole nother level, as you'll see here. Okay, just some of that magenta red and a little bit of permanent red mixed together. Let's just put some of that here and there with that. Okay, just to show some glow on the left side there of his face. Okay, with a clean brush now, just titanium white, and notice I'm just going in the center here, not covering all that red up, but that gives it a nice vibrant glow there. Okay, a little bit more white into those vibrant colors. And let's take and strike some highlights and really bring out the definitions. Okay, with that titanium white and those vibrant colors together, you can see some highlight stuff and just kind of randomly making some shapes. Anything that I don't like, I'll just take a color and just cover that up, or cover some to define it if it's out of shape or whatever it is. So just really go for it. It really is very forgiving. You can pretty much get away with anything in this painting and really just push this around to be whatever you want until you like what you see. And every time you put a new layer, again, it gets smoother, more vibrant, the effects get stronger. So don't hold back and just go for it. Okay, more titanium white into those vibrant colors there with that fluorescent pink. And as you'll see, I'm just striking the edge of some highlights here. And again, that brings the definition to life much more. And with that same value, just going to hit just some of the grill area here, not all the way. As you can see, that really pops that out of there. Okay, going back into some raw umber now with some of that color left on my brush, and let's hit just some of the nose area there and in some places here and there. Okay, with a clean brush now, let's get some more fluorescent pink with some yellow medium into that. Okay, let's get this really vibrant now. I really want to make this glow happen here on the very right side of his helmet. So in the very center where I want it the brightest and the heaviest, I'll start there first. And as paint runs off the brush, I'm just going to drag that over. And I'm even going to go into those direct highlights again to show the glow that's kind of shining off of that. Okay, going back into that maroon color again, let's go into the nose and just kind of knock some of this back and blend some of that in with that red. Okay, no cleaning because it's permanent black and that will cover anything. And so with this, I'm just going to hit this highlight here and I want to cover some of it and I want to break up just some of that white there. Okay, this just adds some detail to some reflective things off of his eye. Okay, with a clean brush now and just some titanium white into that fluorescent pink, let's get a little bit more vibrant still, and this again just prepares the stage for that as I add a lighter color right here. Okay, and I'll just fade that out, and I'm going to get a little bit more magenta red now as I bring it out here, as you can see there. Okay, and this just really ramps up the glow and the shine and the reflection this much more. Okay, a clean brush, just titanium white now. I want to take and just strike some edges and some direct highlights with this. Okay, again, more titanium white now into that fluorescent pink. I want to cover this up a little bit better. And again, give it a place for more of that vibrant pink to show up. Okay, so I'm going to get some more of that and a little touch of that magenta red into it. And let's go one more time, build another layer, get more shine, get more pop, and more dramatic effect. Okay, going back to my number 3 nylon round brush here, I'm going to take, for some more detail now, some titanium white, fluorescent pink, and I'm going to pull through as I turn it to a point. And with the very tip, I'm just going to hit some very detailed areas and really show some direct, sort of vibrant kind of highlights here with this. Okay, as you can see with the titanium white, I'm going to start in the middle where I want it the heaviest first and just kind of run that color out into that faded sort of maroon kind of reddish color. And then also right here, I want a very bright striking highlight to show the reflection of the saber light. Or sorry, did I say saber light? Lightsaber. My goodness. Right here, you'd think I got hit with it. Okay, so just permanent black, and I'm going to make a little separation here. Just kind of do these kind of little things and show a little bit more detail. Okay, cleaning that number 3 nylon round brush, going back to titanium white, let's hit again and bring out these direct highlights. Okay, back to my 3/4 angle brush, just pure titanium white. And I'm going to block in the lightsaber now with this and fill this all in. Alrighty, now I'm going to my number 2 nylon beat up flat brush here. Just pure titanium white. I'm going to again strike these direct highlights. And as you'll notice, as I fill these in, I'm not going to just fill them in, but with the paint left on the brush, I'm going to slightly run that out into that other red here, as it's very important to show how the light is kind of emitting. And again, this just ramps up that glow and that shine and really takes it to another level when I fade it out this way, as you'll see there. See, look at how bright and shiny and what a glow effect. Okay, so with my script liner brush, lots of water and titanium white, I'm going to sign this piece here, and I want to thank you so much for following along. I hope this lesson was clear and that you're able to pull it off. Don't forget to subscribe if you dig my art lessons and these videos. And as you can see, it's all about layer upon layer, and as you build more layers, the colors, they just get more vibrant, and they just do so many wonders, and it just brings out such a realistic effect, and it really just makes the dramatic shine and the pop really take off the more layers that you put down. So just go for it. And this is very forgiving, as there's black you can always use and other colors to push colors back if they become too much or whatever, if they're not the right value or the tone. And really just have some fun and enjoy putting layers on top of layers. I'm telling you, it just gets better. So just trust the process. And don't forget to drop your questions and comments below. And if you have questions, I'll do my best to answer anything to the best of my ability. And with that said, until next time, happy painting to you.